everyone, Tina here. I hope your day's going wonderful. I'm so glad you're joining me. Well, I have a little bit of a different video for you. This video is for all you travelers who like to craft and travel. I'm using a pre-designed card kit. This is from Simple Stories. It's super adorable. As I was getting ready for a trip, me and the husband are going on a little bit of a holiday, and I always like to pack a little card making travel kit with me. That way I can craft on the plane or at the airport if there's a layover, if I'm at the hotel. I just like to keep busy, and crafting is my thing. You would think I would get tired of it, but no way. I never get tired of crafting. And so I thought, as I prepare this kit for travel, I thought I would share with you how I do that. Again, this is the Simple Stories Say Cheese Classic Mouse card kit. It creates 8 cards. They're pre-designed, and it says everything that you need to create these 8 cards are included in here. This is a pretty big package to put inside of my travel bag. I'm going to show you how I condense it, and then I'm also going to show you my travel bag, because this says it has everything in there, but you know, I like textures and I like glitters and I like bells and whistles, and I don't think this has the bells and whistles that I like, and I also like dimension. So I'm going to show you how I pack these, and I'll show you how I pack my bag, and then I'll take some footage on my holiday sharing with you as I make the cards. Probably not all of them, because I don't want to turn my holiday into a project, but I will share little snippets or pictures of how I created my cards. I thought that would be really fun. Okay, so first off, this video is a little bit of a longer video because I'm going to go over my craft bag and then how I package these for my trips. Okay, so first off, let's take a look at the card kit, and we're just going to take this out. And again, this is a large 12 by 12 pack, and I like to bring bags that I could pull over my shoulder, my carry-on bags, or even my purse even. And so we're going to condense this. And how I do that is take everything out, and what we're going to do is prep the kit. Okay, first off, you have an instruction sheet, and it's double-sided. So straight away, what I'm going to do is go to the my copy machine, and I'm going to photocopy one side of this. I'll do that and I'll be right back. So now I have 2 of the front page, and then this is double-sided. So I'm going to use the second side of this and the front side of this, and I'm going to take my paper trimmer, and I'm going to just trim these down into 8 instruction pieces. So now I have 8 instructions. What I'm going to do is just fold them in half. Okay, these are actually the ones that I printed, and then these ones have the reverse side. So what I did was just took a pencil and crossed it off, so I know that it's the right card. Okay. This kit does come with card bases, so I'm going to fold these in half. I'm just going to fold all 8 of these. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but after you fold all 8, if you stack them up like this, you see how they want to fan out? Take your bone folder, and you can score all of them at the same time. It works so good, and it leaves them all nice and flat. You'd be amazed what this does when you score them all at once. It's very easy to do, and then you have 8 scored cards. It takes no time at all. So this kit has chipboard, okay, and it does have all the layers that you need. This has, let's see, each of these sheets are not indexed, okay, so you're gonna have to go through them all, but there are 4 sheets in total, And you know what's nice is, since these are punch outs, sometimes the punch outs have little nubbies on them. So what I like to do is bring a file with me. Okay, I'm going to use this file. Any file you have would work. Dollar Store or Dollar Tree has very inexpensive files that you could buy probably for about $1. This happens to be from my press-on nails, and so this is nice and handy to have in my little craft bag. Okay, which we're going to go over in a minute, but I'm going to put that in there so I don't forget. Okay, so a file is important, especially when there's punch outs. Okay, sometimes there's not punch outs, sometimes there's stickers, and so if they have a sticker sheet, of course you're not going to need a file, but the file is always nice to have on hand. Okay, now to make things easier, I'm going to bring in some Cello bags. Okay, these have a self-closing seal on them. Okay, I actually have 10 of these, and then I also have 10 envelopes for my stash. Okay, I have to peel and stick envelopes. I will link the Cello bags that I use and the envelopes that I use down below in the description area for you guys if you want to check out what I use. And these are always on hand in my craft room because after I make a card, this is my little cute hedgehog heart. I package them in here so they stay nice and clean. No dust can get to them. And let me show you. These fit my envelope beautifully. This is my card that I created. I put my seal on the back, and then I add my envelope, and then all I do is package it. I slide it in, and they do have a little bit of a wiggle room. This snowflake's overhanging my card base a little bit, so these are just like the perfect size. And then I seal it, and then this is good to go. So that's why I have these envelopes and Cello bags ready in my craft room. Okay, so these are going to go in our little pile too. Okay, those are important because we're going to use those. Now what we're going to do is take one of our card bases. I'm going to open it up, and then I'm going to take my very first instruction sheet. This says, have a very Merry Christmas card. There is a picture, which is nice. Sometimes there's not pictures, but pictures are very helpful, especially when you're crafting like on an airplane or something. And what we're going to do is just follow the instructions. Okay, this takes a little bit of time, but it makes card making more enjoyable when you travel if you do this. Okay, first it says select the cream multi-dot background panel. Okay, and so that's what I'm going to do. The cream multi-dot panel, that would be this one. Okay, I'm just going to punch this out. Okay, and I'm going to add it inside of my card base. Let me scoot it down a little bit. So this is going to go inside my card base. Okay, next it said add the solid green mint snowflake strip. And it looks like this is the one here. Ooh, it's nice because it has stitch detail. I like that. Okay, so we punch this out. This goes in here. Okay, and we're kind of going in order. Add the cream grid tag. That would be this one. That's on this sheet. Okay, we add the tag. And then it says add the black multi-dot Christmas label, which would be the chipboard. Okay, and we're going to add this. And then add the single chipboard holly to the right. So we have a single chipboard holly, which would be this one. And I'm going to add that there too. Add the Merry phrase. Okay, so this saves a lot of time, believe it or not. Okay, and then it says add the green very, which would be this one. Okay. And then it says add the red have a label, which would be paper. Okay. And then it says add the small triple leaf chipboard. Okay, this does say chipboard holly. Okay, then we're going to add the chipboard fan, and then this fan, and then we're going to add the fan that's in our pattern paper here. So this is all the elements for this card. What I'm going to do is fold it closed. Okay, these have small pieces in it, so I'm going to take my envelope. I'm going to slide it in here. And then I'll just close the flap, and then I'm going to take my cello bag. And then I slide it in my cello bag here. And then I take my instructions with the picture side up. I add this. Okay, and then I do seal it. This way I know nothing's coming out of here. Okay, and then I put that to the side, and then now we're going to work on our next one. So we do the same thing. We grab a card base. Our next one is the Happy Holly Jolly Days card. And then all we do is follow the instructions and fill this one up. Starting off with the vertical mouse newsprint. This part of the video I'm going to speed up, okay? And then I'll come back when I have all 8 cards done. So I went through all of my kit. And then I have all 8 of my cards ready to go. Okay, and then this is what I have left over. And when I have leftovers, what I like to do is put them, I'll take one of my cello bags and I'll just put the leftovers in here. Before I seal this up, I like to fill it with a few extra goodies. I do have some twine. The twine that I use is from Lawn Fawn, and I have red, black, and white because it's going to go with those cards. I'm just going to put this in here. The nice thing about it is it lays flat, which is what I like to do. The flatter the better when you travel with crafts. Okay, so we have our travel cards ready to go. I zoomed really far out because this is where we're going to bring in my little travel tote. What I usually use is this little tote here. Let me turn it to the side here. This is what it looks like. It looks like it's made out of felt, and it works great because it fits in almost any travel bag. Okay, so if you have a carry-on, a backpack, this will fit in there, and I can actually put this on the little tray in the plane, on the train, at the airport, and it's really nice and convenient. Okay, I already have some cards in here ready to go, and this has worked great for me. There's lots of little pockets in here. I picked this up on Amazon. I do want to mention that this little inside pocket is velcroed in. Let me unvelcro it. It actually has a little chain. I don't ever use that. I don't know what that would be used for. Maybe to connect it on the inside of your travel bag. But the nice thing about this is this inside piece comes out too. So you have a little, and it's 3 compartments, and it feels like it's made of felt, like a really thick felt, but it's stitched really well. Okay, and then of course the rest of my goodies are in here. It just slides right back in here very easily. And again, it fits in my tote bag really. It has everything that I need in here, and I'll go through everything in a minute. But this is great for weekenders, for hotel crafting, for picnic crafting. If you go to a park, this is what I like to use. And then I just save this inside pocket for my little card projects. This is actually from another company. This little kit I picked up from Kim's Cards Kit. Long time ago I shared a video creating with her pre-made cards, and I just love these because she includes the gems and the ribbons and the papers. Everything you need to create some cute little cards are in here, and I just like her kits. I'll leave her link down below if you want to check Kim's out. She's just a small company. I even keep a little extra tote. This is a foldable grocery bag, and let me show you this. It just folds. Okay, and then this will fit. Well, let me show you how it fits in here. This fits really nicely in here. And then I can carry it like this, just on the go. You know, if I'm at a park or something and I want to put this away really quickly, I have that little extra bag. This little bag folds up really nice and tidy, and I always keep it in here. This is nice too for trips on the ocean. Me and the husband like to take some cruises, and I always like to have a little extra bag in the mornings. I'm an early riser, so I like to get up and go get a cup of coffee and just watch the waves and do my little crafting in the morning. And I put this little kit in this little bag to carry it. But that's what I usually carry. My classic mouse will fit beautifully right in my little center pocket, and I'm good to go. And plus I have room for more. If I do want to bring this little extra kit, there's room in here. Oops, my camera's really shaking. So I can fit more in there. Okay, it's just a nice convenient thing. We're going to go over what's in it in just a minute. The trip that we're taking is a longer trip, so I wanted something a little bit bigger. So I went on Amazon, and I'm going to show you what I found. On Amazon, this is what I found. Okay, this is a little tote. It has a pocket here. It's not Velcro, it's a snap. Let me give you the measurements. They had two colors. They had I think a pink one, and then they had a blue one. And this is, if you measure end to end, without it being smushed, it's about 12 inches long by 10 inches. So 12 by 10. So it's still on the smaller side. It is 4 inches tall. Okay, it has a zipper here. And when you open this up, oh, let me show you. When you open this up, it has pockets that you can stuff things in, and then there's a zipper here. Okay, and then the neat thing is there's three little rounds, removable. I forget what these are called, but there's three of these here, and then you have these little pockets that are removable. And then of course there's a strap. The strap here on the side here, you can connect it. Let me connect it for you. Okay, and then there's a pocket in here. This is a mesh pocket. Okay, and I thought this would be good if I want to bring a little bit more crafting goodness on my trip. So I think I'm going to switch out what's in here for what's in here. Okay, and then this one I can carry over my shoulder. These are removable. They're little circle hooks. I forget what they're called. But there's a little hook here that they hook on if you want to remove them. Let me show you. You just undo them. And there we go. So these are removable if you want to take these out. Okay, and then this is what you're left with. It's this cute little tote. Okay, I wanted something a little bit bigger because I'm going to do a project on this. I picked up this little kit. A long time ago I picked up this little kit. It's it's a little, like a brag book. And I thought I wanted to take this, but this definitely will not fit in here. I mean, I guess you could kind of force it in there, but I want a bigger travel bag. Okay, so let's open this up and let's fill this in. There are 3 pockets, and I think I'm only going to use 2. I don't think I need all 3. And I'm going to use, there's a big one which is really nice too. I'm going to use these 2 pockets. So I will just put these back. Now we're going to take this and put it in here and see how much room we have. Okay, first I always bring a little craft mat because when I craft I don't want to ruin the surface of the table that I use. But instead of using this one's a little bit heavy, I'm actually going to bring in this one. This one is a plastic one, and I picked this up from the dollar store. It's one of those plastic cutting boards. I'm going to add this. I'm going to add this to the back here. I think it will fit perfectly in here. Okay, that will be my craft mat. And then I have adhesive. I use Spellbinder's adhesive. I have a backup, and then I also have the main one. And I'm going to go ahead and add this to one of these pockets. That fits lovely in there. Okay, and then I also have some foam squares. My foam squares, I'm going to put my foam tape up here in this pocket. Okay. Now I always have backup. I have glue, of course, but I also bring an extra roll of tape. This was tape that came from Spellbinder's card kits. If you guys have followed me for a while, I mean, you know I used to do Spellbinder's card kits when they had them available, and they always came with adhesive. So I keep these for my travel. I'm going to put this in this little pocket for my backup. Also in my travel bag, I always keep tape. Okay, this is, if you wanted to keep a strong washi tape, you could use that, but this is like a masking tape. This is great for so many things. And what I do with this is, let me show you. In my bag here, I have a little roll. I have a little roll of plastic bags. These bags I picked up from the dollar store, and they are for dog walking. So they're small little bags. Let me open one up here. It's just there's two in a pack. They're just small little black bags. Okay, I keep these, and what I do is I open them up, and then any surface that I'm crafting on, I will tape down my bag to the edge of the table. This is, I would consider a low tack tape too, so it's not going to damage any tables you put this on. Okay, and then, for example, if this is the table, I will secure the bag to the table and have it hanging down. And then I have a travel bag. And then when I'm done crafting, I just take this and then I toss it. Okay, so that's why I keep the tape. And the little travel bags. Okay, another, if you guys don't like plastic, another bag that you can use is a lunch bag, a brown lunch bag. You can get a pack of those for very inexpensive too, and it's more eco-friendly. Sometimes whenever I do go on a cruise ship, I'll take a brown bag, paper bag, instead of the plastic. Saves for the environment. But I don't have any of those right now, but little doggy poop bags work great. I just folded a couple, okay, and then I'm going to put these in here. Okay, and I'll put those in here with the tape. And then I have a little portable trash bin. Okay, after we have that done, what else do we have here? Okay. And in this little pocket here, I always bring some sentiment strips, and then I also bring some gems. I actually have two packages. I have Spellbinder's Crystal Mix and Spellbinder Spectrum AB gems, and then I have some sentiment strips. We're going to put these in this pocket here, because sometimes I like to doctor up my cards and add a little extra to them. Okay, so we're looking good so far. I also have little paper clips. I've had these for ages. Okay, these are from Stampin' Up. They're just little paper clips. I like to add some kind of texture on my card, so these will work great. And plus, I really like the flat container of this. And then I actually have two, and I put some gems. These are Pretty Pink Posh gems that I just did a little mix in here. So I have two of these. These are going to fit really well in here too, and they're going to lay flat. And then I also have some Simon Says Stamp moonshine, assorted moonshine sequins. And those are embellishes that I bring. So we're going to stick those in there. Some nice neutral gems that go with everything. Now we're going to move over here. Now for these, I really like the elastic. This is elastic, so they stick up. Okay, I have my Pink Fresh Studio Jewel Picker Upper. I chose this one because it didn't have a pointed end. Pink Fresh Studios has a little bit of a round end. So this is going to work perfectly in here. I actually take the cap off. Let me find it. I take the cap off because it is really long. But for this bag, I don't have to take the cap off. So I'm just going to stick it in one of my pockets here. I always bring two pens. I have a white gel pen, and then I also have a black pen for my stitching because I do like to stitch on my cards. We're going to put these in here. I always carry just a regular pen in here. Sometimes when me and the husband we bring cards. So when we play cards, sometimes we lose our pen, and I always know I have a backup in here. Now, this little piece here looks like a pen. This came in a Simon Says Stamp card kit a long time ago. And what these are scissors. If Simon still has these, I will link them below. Let me grab some paper. I had went on a trip, and when I went through customs, they actually took my scissors. They were my cutter bee scissors. Broke my heart. I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with those scissors? So I thought this, when they came in a kit, I thought this was just perfect. So if I ever needed a backup scissor, I have these little, because they've never confiscated these. These are nice little travel scissors that I like to always have on hand. So these are going to go in one of the pockets. Boy, it looks like we have lots of room. I also bring a shimmer pen. This is going to go in there for a little extra sparkle. And then I have this. This is very old, but this is a travel sparkle shimmer spritz. I bring this also because it's travel size, and it's nice to add a little sparkle. Now I have these three containers that are all the same size. I have my diamond stickles, my favorite glitter glue, I have glossy accents, and then I have Simon's Positively Perfect Craft Glue. Simon just came out with this. Normally I don't use this because of course it just came out, but I usually use my Tombow glue when I travel, but I love the size of this. So we're going to pack this in our little kit. And I'm just going to put all three of these down here in this little pocket. Okay. And then I also travel with corner rounders because I like to doctor up my cards, and you can always doctor up a pre-made card by rounding the corners. Okay, we're going to add these down here. So we have two corner rounders. These are from EK Success. I have a 1/2 inch and a 1 inch. Okay, those are always nice. Okay, and we're almost done. Let me go through all the pockets here. My scissors. Usually I use my Martha Stewart scissors. Okay, because they're smaller and I never get these confiscated. But Spellbinders has a smaller detail pair of scissors too that would be fabulous. And these are a little bit longer. So any kind of small detail scissors you have would work. I'm going to use my Martha Stewart's in here. Plus it matches really nice too. And, okay, oh, one more thing. I do have some twine. I always bring black and white twine. I bring this because I do like to add textures to my card. Even though we packed twine with our Simple Stories kit, I packed white, black, and red. I always like to bring a little extra twine. Okay. Now we're rounding the corner. We're almost done, and our bag is not even filled up, which is lovely. One thing that I always bring is a little clip, because you never know when you're going to need it. So I always just snap this on here. Always have a little clip. And then one thing I always bring too is a pin. I don't know if you can see here. This little pin. This is felt, and so I always put a little, I don't know what this is. This is I always put like a sewing pin in my kits, and I stick them where I won't get poked. Let's stick this here in the elastic. And I do this because in case my glue gets clogged or my stickles get clogged, I always have just a little pin for backup. So I always keep a little pin, or sometimes I keep two actually. Okay. Another thing that I keep is a little nail file. This one lays flat. This one actually is for my fake nails. I keep them because some of our kits, if they have punch out die cuts, they have those little nubs on them. This kit that happens to have it. So a little nail file is great for sanding those off. And then I also bring in a paper clip because you never knew when you're going to need a paper clip too. I guess it's the MacGyver in me. Now we're rounding the corner. This is our kit. Okay, we'll put this to the side. And lastly, I have a paper trimmer. This is a very small paper trimmer. Let me show you against our cards. This is from Fiskars, and I love it. Oh my goodness! Let me show you the other paper trimmer that I had. I also have this little mini paper trimmer. Okay, I think this is from Dress My Craft. I'm not sure, but this one is nice. And it fits, it's so small, it fits great, okay? But I found that my guillotine, you just can't replace it. It's like a perfect trimmer, and it's really not that big, okay? This, and my bag's empty. So all we have left is this little paper trimmer, and we have our cards. Let me get rid of my bag. There's pockets here too. And I think I got everything in here that we need. I'm not going to bring my little bag because this is a bag. And that's everything that was in my little travel tote. Let me show you. To the side. Now, my little paper trimmer, if you guys are nervous about bringing this on your travel, there's also these little paper trimmers here that are super small. I mean, it's less wide than an A2 card. Or maybe, I'll put them both down below. But they're just wonderful. Okay, this one is going to fit beautifully back here. Okay, and then as far as my little crafting kits, I'm going to add them to these pockets. We'll add this one. I do have this little extra kit that I'm going to put over here. Actually, yeah, we'll put this one over here. And then I have a little extra pocket for doodads. Doodads are always nice. Look at how everything just fits so nicely. And I also have these two pockets too that you could fill. Okay, so we have a little extra room here, and this is perfect because I want to bring in a little extra crafting on my trip this month. That's why we moved to a bigger bag. I happen to have a little brag book or a mini book. This one I picked up at the same place that I picked up this little card kit. This is not available no more. I've had this for about a year for when I do go on a holiday, so that's no longer available. But it's a cute little book that you can put together. Now all we have to do is close this up. We have plenty of room. This folds right up here. It zips closed just like this. And then you have the little handles, and you have a little craft bag ready to go. And there's even room over here. Sometimes I like to bring in extra bags and extra envelopes. Sometimes I even bring in extra card bases. Let me grab some of those. I'll bring in a few extra card bases. And this is a great spot to hold those also. And that is my new travel bag. Okay, but both bags are just absolutely adorable. This fits over the shoulder. It's about the size of a purse. A little bit smaller than a carry-on, which is really nice. And I can't wait to go on my little holiday, and I can't wait to share with you of me crafting, to show you my little kit in action. This kind of taking you guys along with me will be really fun. I've never did anything like that, but I'm super excited about it. So now if I want to just craft, I'll put this on the table and we can open it up and we have everything we need perfectly, and lots of little extra storage too. And it's really not, it's not heavy at all. And I think I may need to bring some more foam tape. Tucks right in there, and really I could actually get away with maybe just one pocket. Let's just add one pocket, and then we could put this here. I don't think I need this pocket. We'll just add these. There we go. Even better. There we go. And I do have lots less room. You can put a jacket in there if you wanted. If you needed extra room, you could probably even put a little jacket in there. But that is my little travel craft case. I will link this down below in the description area, and along with this one too, because this one I just love. And then the little travel bags are nice. These are not travel bags, these are grocery bags. They're reusable. I think there was 6 in a pack, and the reusable grocery bags, they fold really nicely, and I think they ended up being like $1 each. They were like $5.99, very inexpensive, and they seem like they're in a waterproof container. But I could go on forever, so I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to go get ready for my vacation, and I will bring you my vacation next. Well, everyone, if you stuck with me to the end of this video, I have some fun pictures of the crafting that I did on our holiday. October is our anniversary month, and so me and the husband always do a little something, and usually it's a cruise. Well, we cruised to Ensenada, so I have some pictures of that. Also, if you want to stick around for those, we went to Ensenada and Cabo San Lucas, and it was really fun. My favorite's Cabo San Lucas. The coastline was really pretty, and you get to see the famous Cabo Arch. That was super fun. But I did do crafting every morning. On the ship, there was a venue. We usually get up really early in the mornings. The time difference, we flew to San Pedro in California, and the time difference is 2 hours, so we were really up early, and so I got to do some crafting. My husband's a really patient man, so he usually just scrolls on and browses on his phone with his earphones while I do my little crafting. And we did it every morning as we were on our holiday, and the travel bag worked out really wonderful. I think I like this one better than that little pink case. This one was easier just to throw on my shoulder and zip it up when I'm all done. I had actually given the crew all the cards that I made, and they were so happy about it. I guess, you know, little things that we take for granted, like a handmade card, you can't get that. At least crew members can't get that on a ship, so they were really excited to get those. I think I made like 12 cards in all. And I had a blast. These are some pictures that I hope you enjoyed. I hope you don't mind seeing my husband. But I said I would put some pictures in here, but that's all, and thanks for sticking with me to the end, and have a wonderful day. And I have lots of fun more projects coming soon, so keep a lookout for those videos. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.